Hey guys, what's going on? Jebb here, and in today's video, I am going to be explaining to you why the cryptocurrency markets are going to go to $200 trillion in valuation in the next 10 years. No, I'm not clickbaiting you with the crazy price predictions in the title. I'm dead serious on every single one of those, and I'm going to show you why your favorite cryptocurrencies are going to go to those kinds of price targets within the next decade. Before the next decade is out, we're going to see insane prices on Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, and some of your favorite cryptocurrencies, and I'm going to explain why in today's video. So let's go ahead and jump onto my screen. I have a very interesting website that I look at every single year. It's called Visual Capitalist, and I look at this every year or so just to remind myself how large global markets are. All of the world's money and markets in one visualization. This is on visualcapitalist.com. Each one of these little boxes, each one of these squares is representing $100 billion. So you can see silver right here is worth about $43.9 billion using the current spot price. We can see cryptocurrency here. This is very outdated, by the way. Cryptocurrency is worth a lot more than this now, but it's not worth a whole lot. It's worth maybe about $1 trillion to $1.5 trillion, depending on the exact number at the moment. Then we can see military spending right here. We're looking at $3.8 trillion for the world. For the U.S., excuse me. So we see that these are very, very valuable. Moving down here, we can see what the Fed's balance sheet is. As of this year, the Federal Reserve's balance sheet is approaching $10 trillion. So to put that into perspective, the Federal Reserve's balance sheet of one nation in the world, albeit it makes up 25% of global gross domestic product, makes up about 7 times the value of the entire cryptocurrency market. If you think Bitcoin and cryptocurrency are big now, you ain't seen nothing yet. Let's keep moving here. The world's 2,095 billionaires are worth, when this was posted and as of today, around $8 to $12 trillion, depending on the exact value of the stocks that they hold at any given moment. The value of the world's gold sits around $10 trillion, and then the Fortune 500 companies sit in the close to $50 trillion territory. Global stock markets total about $90 trillion. Again, to put that into perspective, we're talking about well over 30 times more valuable than all of cryptocurrency markets is what the stock market is valued at. And I think, drum roll please, crypto is going to be worth more than the stock market one day. You might think I'm crazy for saying that. I'm going to explain why here in a second. Moving on down here, we can see global money supply, M1 and M2, narrow money and broad money. I can't get into what those are today, but just think about that as the total amount of money in the world. Sits around $100 trillion. How can crypto be worth more than all the money in the world? We'll get to that. Global debt sits around $250 trillion. That's $250 quadrillion in global debt. Global real estate makes up about $250 quadrillion also. It's a $300 trillion market. And then looking down here, we can see global wealth sits around $400 trillion, which is the total amount of wealth in the entire world. And then the derivatives market gets close to $2 quadrillion, depending on what source you look at. Derivatives, of course, not being real assets. They are people speculating on the price of underlying assets, such as agriculture or stocks. So, what does all this mean? Well, let's take a couple of data points here. Number one, global wealth sits around $400 trillion, depending on when you measure it and how you measure it. Global real estate markets make up about $300 trillion. The world operates at the extremes in the hundreds of trillions. I believe cryptocurrency is going to be worth $200 trillion. Why? Because everything that the stock market does can be built in cryptocurrency, and I firmly believe that it will be built in cryptocurrency. I can't go into all the details in this video. I've talked about in previous streams, and we're going to keep talking about it, but I firmly believe that crypto is going to be worth more than the stock market for a plethora of reasons. For the most part, Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, blockchains are going to be the foundation of economics, of full-scale economies, of bookkeeping, of contracts, of the legal sector, of medical records, of supply chain logistics, and so much more with smart contracts and DeFi, NFTs for the art world. The entire world is going to be built on blockchain in the same way that the entire world over the last 20 years has been built on the internet. Blockchain is the next era of the internet, and protocols like Polkadot are helping to bring that together and bring that to its fullest fruition and bring it to fruition. So I firmly believe that the vast majority of the world is going to be built on the back of blockchain technology within the next 10 years. Here's the thing. The stock market is going to grow a massive amount in the next 10 years. It's worth about $90 trillion right now. I fully believe that the stock market is going to be worth over $200 trillion by the end of this decade. But I also think that by the end of this decade, cryptocurrency, for all the reasons I just outlined, is going to be approaching, if not passing, that level of value as the world moves towards decentralized technology. So I want to hear your thoughts. Do you think cryptocurrency is going to be worth $200 trillion? I absolutely think it will, because I foresee how many people are using it in the future. Right now, maybe 4% of the population uses cryptocurrency. We're at $2 trillion of market capitalization based just off of that, and most of them only use maybe 5% of their daily life in crypto. Think about what happens if 100%, 80, 90% of the world uses crypto every single day in half of the applications that they use. We moonshot. Bitcoin's worth over $1 million in that case. Ethereum's worth over $50,000 in that case. Cardano's worth like $200 in that case. And so many more are worth so much more. So I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Where is cryptocurrency going in the next 10 years? And are you invested for the long term, or are you just looking for what's going to make you 100x in the next 5 years or in the next 5 months? Because a lot of people are so caught up in what altcoins they can make 100x on in the next couple of years that they forget that there's still 100x potential in the entire cryptocurrency market in just the next decade. If you think you're too late, you have the complete wrong perspective. You are so early, it's not even funny. If you're not invested in crypto, you need to be. And also, guys, if you don't know why you need to be invested in crypto, that's what we're here to talk about every single day. So subscribe to the channel, because we're constantly bringing you the highest quality educational, informational, and entertaining content on YouTube about cryptocurrency markets so that you can understand how to make those gains. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Anyway, guys, that's all I got for you today. Before I go, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.